Hey everybody, this is Edward again. Just wanted to give a review of the Aqueon water changer 25 foot, and to me it's worth every penny, although it is kind of cheaply made, to be honest, especially for the price you're paying. And they're like, oh, it'll fit almost all all faucets. Well, of course mine, it didn't fit, so I had to run to Lowe's and spend 10 bucks on an adapter, cut it down to fit by washers so it wouldn't leak. And it does get a little annoying, but honestly it's still worth it. And what you do is you attach this on and it allow you to draw the water from it. This is, you turn it to the side to stop the flow, that way it'll go through the hose and into the tank. And another thing you want to keep in mind is check the water temperature first before you run it through the hose. The hose is really difficult to stretch out, so the best thing to do is leave it running here and run hot water through it. It'll loosen the hose up and make it a lot easier to deal with. Another important key factor is to maintain the same height, because you're going to run the problems if you don't have enough water pressure that it's not going to draw the water out of the tank. And so what you end up having to do is cut it to the proper length to where you can run into your aquarium or wherever it is, be able to put it in there and run it over and keep it at the same length. I use dining room table chairs, and then I just set the hose running all the way into the kitchen. That way I can have it connected. The other thing is, listen, it's really thin. Look at that diameter. So that's why they sell replacement parts, because they expect you to break it. So don't break it. Just be very gentle. I've been using this because I have called peripheral neuropathy. It's very similar to MS, and I can't lift 5-pound buckets. It's really difficult on my legs, so I use this, and it's a lifesaver in all honesty. Now, when you put this down into the gravel, do not just slam it down in there. You want to just kind of shimmy it down gently, push it all the way to the bottom, and allow it to draw up all the turtle waste, fish waste, excess food, and everything out of your tank. And I did a 50% water change in my tank, and this is a new lid that my pops made, which is freaking awesome. Makes it easier to keep the kitties out. And I did a 50% water change, and my water is really clear, and changed the filters. And there's my eel, there's Argento sitting up there, and then that's the bonsai tree I raised. That way they have another area where they can poke their head out and enjoy it. And it just makes it a lot easier on the tank. I have the tank completely blocked out, that way the turtles feel safe. I bought one of those backgrounds by Marine Land, and in all honesty they freaking blow. I've gone through 6 of them and they all bleed, but that's another issue in itself. This is worth every penny for me personally, because it does allow me to change the water efficiently, quickly, and a lot easier than having to run around with buckets. Doing the bucket brigade, especially if you're dealing with anything above or even at 55 gallons or above, it's ridiculous and it takes way too long. It's pretty much like an all-day thing. I mean, before I had to do that before I got this. Buy this online. Do not go to the store to buy it, otherwise you're going to be paying about 50 bucks when you could. I got this for about 25 online. I got it off Amazon. So it's definitely worth the money. These will break. They are very, very delicate, so do be careful and just treat it as it's delicate, and trust me, it'll last you a long time. I've already used this over a dozen times. It works fabulous. You just got to remember that it is delicate and be careful. You can find this adapter at Lowe's for about, I think I paid about $5 or $6 for it, and then I had to cut it to fit. All in all, the Aqueon filter or water changer works very, very well, and it's definitely worth the money, and it will save you a lot of headaches. Thank you for your time, and most of all, take care of your little turtles. All right? Have a good day. Bye.